So we're gonna go around the room to check up on everybody, see how their weekend went. So let's start off with Lashunda. How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How was your weekend?
Oh, it was horrible.
Horrible. Why
I
was it
already
horrible?
told you last week my son had the
Okay.
four wisdom teeth out and autistic, and it just went from bad to worse.
Okay.
My sugar kept bottoming out, so I ended up having to break my fast every day. Um, just a rough weekend. Never did celebrate my birthday, but I've been eating on and off all weekend, so I just restarted my 48-hour fast
Okay.
Sunday, and I just finished it today at 4:45.
Okay. So you know what? What I want to do on this call is I want to kind of give you a game plan versus you trying to like figure it out for yourself. So you have an idea of how I want you to kind of eat. Um, so you don't ever have to kind of do the fast ever again. All right. So
Okay, okay.
one thing I want you to always remember is if you feel like you're in a bind or in a rut and you cannot figure out what is causing you to stall on the scale, the best thing to do or the next course of action should be to always move your window up. That way, you're giving your body more time to metabolize all the snacks and all the food that you're eating. And then, essentially, when you're going to sleep, not on a quote unquote empty stomach, but you're good versus a full stomach, throughout the night, your body's going to be running out of body fat because you're not eating at night unless you're sleepwalking. Okay? Now, two, the main thing you got to pay attention to is the snacks that you have in your house. And make sure you're not having any snacks in your house where it's like every single time you step foot in the kitchen or in your pantry, you know you want to grab it. Okay? So for instance, I have these little snack size Skittles literally in my living room, right? I didn't buy them. My girl bought them. But it's like the little Halloween snack size Skittles. I am a Skittle fiend. Let's put it like that. I know that about myself. That's why I don't like to buy them. So today I looked at the nutrition facts. I haven't been looking at the nutrition facts, even though it's right there. You know why? Because I don't want to know. And I realized yesterday I easily ate 10 Skittles. Bags of Skittles. 10 bags of Skittles equates to 140 grams of carbs. But then I try to sum it up and say, oh, well, I did walked about 16,000 steps and I did work out yesterday. I kind of deserve it. So you gotta be real with yourself, right? I got these popcorn and chips in my house right now. Every single time I go into the refrigerator, I decide to get about only a handful of popcorn and chips. No, they're not low carb. No, they're not keto, right? So if I do that 5 to 6 times a day, that adds up. So be mindful of your snacks. So since you've been on this program, what has been one of your go-to snacks in general?
The ratio yogurt,
Okay, which is
the
perfect.
25.
Yeah.
I do have. I was eating ginger chews, because I have a lot of nausea from the medicine, the Manjaro, all that. So I was doing the blood orange ginger chews. I finally looked at the carb count on that, and those bad boys for one package was 5 carbs.
Exactly. Yeah.
What? And I can eat 10 at one time. I mean, easily, easily. So I had to just get that out of the room and lock it up in the storage room because the only thing I have out now is those the Quest
Okay,
protein
that's perfect. That's
chips,
perfect.
which these are not really good, but hey,
They're
they
not.
get rid of the crunch.
Yes.
But they get rid of the crunch.
Yes. Yes.
The crunch feel. That and like I said, the yogurt is all I allow myself right now.
Okay.
Um, I don't know what other snacks I can use. I don't
Now,
think veggies is a snack, so
you said veggies as a snack.
yeah.
That's the world's most terrible snack. I don't want no veggies as a snack. All right. So now, what do you naturally like to snack on? If you was already at your goal weight and you could just say, hey, I can have some of this, some of that, and it makes me happy, what would that be?
No, Snickers.
Okay. All right. So boom. I'm glad that you
I
said
love
that.
Snickers, yeah.
Okay. So what I'm gonna show you because you kind of have a tighter window too. So what's the window that you're following now?
right now, well, I started late at 4 because of my baby, but
Yeah.
normally I follow 3 to 9.
Okay. So what I would love for you to try to do starting this week is a these right here, the caramel chocolate nut roll bar, literally tastes like Snickers. If I blindfolded you and I made you taste this along with that real Snickers bar, of course you're gonna know the texture of a Snickers bar, but they taste the same. So try to grab this, and I promise you, you're gonna not really miss it. Okay? These, yes, and but now here's the thing: they're so good where you're gonna kind of tell yourself, you know what, I can have two. Don't allow yourself to do that.
Right now.
That's when you're gonna start stalling. But these are gonna be worth it. Okay? Yeah, I like chocolate too. So this will do the trick. Another thing that a lot of my clients been telling me to try. These Nicks, they got the ice cream. That's what I'm familiar with. This week I've been trying these, and these taste amazing too. And they're like
Okay,
this.
I'm gonna find those. I'm in the South, so.
Yeah. So what I would love for you to do, cause I'm in the South too. Just Google Nick's protein bars near me. They're gonna be at more of like your specialty stores, your Whole Foods, Kroger's gonna have them, by the way. So things like that.
They do?
Yeah, Kroger's gonna have them.
Okay, good deal.
All right.
Nick's protein bars.
Yes, Nick's protein bars. All right. Now, I knew your window was 3 to 9. That's why I asked you that. What I want you to try to practice after today is try to do a 12 to 6 window. I want you to try it. Give it your best shot. And the reason being is because, LaShonda, believe it or not, I got women on this program right now who's on this call thinking about it, who does a 9 to 3 window. They do the 10 to 4 window, and they got kids, they got everything. It's not fun.
9 a.m.?
They start at 9 a.m. and they finish at 3 p.m., which means when I get home, my husband needs to get out my face. I'm not eating with him. Like, no funny. But these women, and they are in their 50s, the one that I'm talking to about right now, who's on this call right now, she lost 20 pounds in a month. But she didn't want to do that. The earlier you end your window, the more you can expect the scale to drop every single time. Because people usually tend to snack more when?
At night, I do.
I'm comfortable, I'm situated, I got the insulation going on, it feels good. You know what can make this experience a lot better? While watching TV, snack. That. Okay? So if you take that part out of it and you say, hey, my window is closed, I already went 3 hours without food, and I'm not hungry, because if you give your body enough calories regardless, it's going to suffice, right? So some people think we need to eat throughout the whole course of a day, but we really don't. It's the principle of we like to eat during the course of the day. Because the habit of eating, we getting that dopamine spike, and it's helping us pass time. That's what it really is. The days feel a little bit more drawn out when you're not eating. Okay? So I want you to try a 12 to 6 window. Okay? To the best of your ability.
Okay.
And if you end up still having that a snack or something around 7 o'clock, by all means, cool. But 9 o'clock is a little bit too late. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like none of my clients. If it was a one-on-one client, we would have been swapped that window. Okay? So now, 2.
I'll give it a shot because the 48-hour window wasn't as bad this time as it was
Yes.
initially.
Because your body knows how to run off body fat now. So from now on, like LaShonda, if I gave you a bike right now, you probably still know how to ride a bike. You probably didn't touch a bike in a decade. But you know how to ride a bike because you taught your body a lifelong skill. When you teach your body how to run off body fat, you taught your mitochondria a lifelong skill. Right? So now it's going to always be easier for you to fast. Now, question is, do you want to fast or not? Some people just don't. You see what I'm saying? So it's a little bit more about discipline now. All right?
No, it's all about doing what you need to do to get it done.
There you go. Okay? And the fact that you decided, because life is all about choices, to do a fast again, that's why I want to make sure that you're not doing it in vain. Okay? So now, what has been like your average first meal that's like one of your go-to meals since you've been doing this program?
Usually I do either beef tips that I cook with beef broth in an Instant Pot with garlic and onion powder, a little bit of salt, sea salt, that kind of stuff. I usually eat that with a little bit of cheese on top, shredded cheese on top.
Okay,
I shred myself, so.
Beef tip with some broth and that in an Instant Pot, right?
Cheese, yeah.
Okay. Do you drink the broth or no?
No. I use some of that xanthan gum. That, I may
Xanthan
not be
gum?
pronouncing it right.
Xanthan gum.
Xanthan gum, so
Hmm.
that to kind of thicken it up a little bit. Because I saw that the cornstarch had the carbs in it. So I left that alone, and I got the xanthan gum to thicken it up a little bit to kind of give me the illusion of gravy. But that's usually my go-to. Or I get some chicken thighs and I bake those. And I got a plan to next time I do them, I'm gonna do them with some dry ranch seasoning on them.
Okay.
But like I said, I don't like vegetables, and I do some of the Kaizen mac and cheese.
Okay. And how does that taste to you?
You know, it'll do. I mean, it'll do.
Okay. Yeah, there's another company where the mac and cheese take more like mac and cheese, by the way. So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure to remind me on that so I can tell you that company to pick up. All right.
Okay.
It's Lulu Pasta, by the way. Lulu Pasta got mac and cheese, and the macaroni elbows taste like macaroni and cheese.
Lulu.
Yeah, LU pasta, and you're gonna see it's the purple bag. Okay. So yeah, let's do something different. Instead of you having the beef broth, so you notice how the beef tips is cool, but you notice how in order for you to construct your meal, you're using different ingredients from outside sources, right? What is a meal where the way it's already made, you like it the way it is without putting in any broth or any soup or etc. Like for instance, a steak. For instance, jerk chicken. For instance, crab legs. Things like that. What is a protein that you like that? Straight up.
Oh, I love steak now. I can eat steak every day.
Okay.
But chicken is usually my go-to.
Okay.
I usually try to do some kind of baked chicken.
Now, do you like to prepare your own steak at home, or do you like to grab a steak from somewhere naturally?
Usually I grab it to go, but I need to start cooking more at home. So
Where do you like to grab your steak from?
usually Outback or
Okay.
Logan's or
Okay.
Longhorn.
Okay. So you got good taste. All them are bomb places, and they're not breaking the bank, right? If you had to buy a steak that fits your budget range, 2 days as your first meal, what would it be?
I don't know.
Outback, Longhorn, Logan's, which one?
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, if I have a choice, Longhorn is the better steak.
Longhorn has the best steak, right? Okay. Now,
Well, the best steak is Texas Roadhouse, but that's too far away. That's in
oh,
another
okay.
city. So,
Okay. All right.
but yeah, Longhorns is the closest to me with the better the better steak.
What naturally do you like to order as a side with Longhorn steak?
Mac and cheese, which I can't now.
Okay. All right. What
Mashed
veggie?
potatoes, loaded baked potatoes. Look,
Oh yeah, you don't eat veggies. You know what? Okay, so let's try this. I want you to try this some. If you're feeling froggy, let's try this tomorrow. I want you to get a steak. What steak do you naturally order? Do you get ribeye, strip, or fillet?
usually a fillet, but I need to
Really?
go down to the strip or the ribeye. Yeah,
Okay, I mean whatever you want. Fillet, by the way, that's the most protein-based steak. It just don't come with a lot of fat.
that's the most tender. It has a lot. It's very tender for me.
Right, right.
So,
So a New York fillet or New York strip is the best steak you can order at a restaurant if you're going to see the scale drop. Ribeyes are usually the tastiest, but that's because it's marbleized and it has a lot of fat on it. Okay?
did you say New York strip?
Or a New York strip, yes.
Gotcha.
Okay, so New York strip and fillet, you get to pick. But if you get a strip, it gotta be at least 12 ounces. If you get a fillet, it gotta be at least 8 ounces. But the strip is gonna keep you fuller for longer.
8 ounces.
Okay? But I want you to get the.
Did you say?
Well,
Did
go
you
ahead.
say the strip will keep me long, or the
Yeah, the
steak
strip will
itself
definitely
keep
keep
me
you fuller for
full?
longer. It definitely will.
The strip, okay.
Yeah. So I want you to try to get the strip. So our first time. So let's say like tomorrow. I actually want you to get the New York strip with mashed potatoes. I know, right? Crazy. Now, do you want mashed potatoes or would you rather have a sweet potato?
Oh no, mashed potatoes with some cheese.
Okay. I want you to get the New York strip with the mashed potatoes. If you get the New York strip tomorrow, once again, it got to be at least 12 ounces. Okay? But once again, the main reason why I'm allowing you to have this now is because Because you moved your window up to 12 to 6, you're giving your body more times to metabolize it. Okay? So get the strip. I want you to eat this meal before 3 p.m. And then I want you to ride off. I want you to see how long it actually takes for you to actually get hungry. That's what I want you to do tomorrow. So tomorrow's going to be an experiment day. Because you might realize, oh, I'm actually not hungry after that first meal. I just want to eat because of the time. But I want to figure out, are you eating again because of the time aspect, or are you actually hungry? And if you are actually hungry, right, what I would love for you to do is, you can have the Quest chips. That's cool. By the way, legendary chips taste a lot better to me. Okay? But what is like your usual go-to second meal if you're like in the house, you don't feel like going out again? What is like, okay, I'm gonna throw this together. That's that last meal for me.
My go-to meal is scrambled eggs, cheese.
Okay, you can do that. You can do that to end off your day. How many eggs do you naturally make?
Well, I normally do about 3 or 4 eggs.
That's perfect.
But you said something about the egg whites, so I do 2 eggs, and then the rest is egg whites.
Okay, yeah.
Not crazy about it, but you know.
Well, here's the thing. If you're doing 3 to 4 eggs, you have nothing to worry about. The reason why I tell people to do the egg whites is because some people like to make 5 to 6 eggs at a time. Now, I might think that's a little excessive. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I tell them egg whites now. Okay, to fill the void. But 3 to 4 eggs is ideal. Anytime, ladies, if you're gonna make any eggs, it better be 3 to 4, or that's not even considered a meal. Okay. Now, LaShonda, based off how you naturally make your eggs, do you add any oil to the pan or butter?
I use the avocado spray my niece told me about.
Great.
And you told me about.
Good.
I use that.
Okay.
I been shredding my own cheese.
Okay.
And I weigh that out on a scale, and I do 28 to 30 ounces. 28 ounces is grams. I'm sorry, is 1 serving. So. Okay. And I measure that out.
Okay.
Because I'm a cheese nut. I can do half the pan full of cheese, so I have to measure.
Okay, that's good.
I'm going to eyeball it right. So.
Okay. Yeah. So if that's the case, let's do that as your last meal whenever you get hungry, LaShonda. So if tomorrow you notice that you're not hungry, don't eat. But if you do get hungry, I don't care if it's 11 p.m. Eat. Let's just figure out, when does your body actually anticipate energy after a steak and mashed potato meal. Okay? Once again, ladies, so go ahead.
I'm so sorry. So don't worry about the yogurt then tomorrow. Just do the eggs and
yes,
bacon.
yes. Mashed potatoes with just
the bacon.
It depends. When I pick up bacon, I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all something too, because a couple of my clients have been asking about bacon recently too. What type of bacon? Do you know the brand that you pick up naturally?
I think it's Oscar Mayer. It's already cooked. It's fully cooked.
Okay, all right. So
throw it in the microwave. I'm sorry.
I'm glad that you said that, because that is, I'm not calling you out, but that's like the worst bacon you could get your hands on. The ones that's already ones you could just throw in the microwave. Okay? Yes. So what I want you to try to get, ladies, if y'all gonna pick up bacon, make sure it's always uncured turkey bacon. Oh, it don't gotta be turkey, but uncured bacon, right? And the reason why is because uncured bacon means that we don't add no preservatives to it. Okay? So what you see is what you get, which means it's not gonna last as long, which means you gotta cook this within a month and a half versus it being inside your refrigerator for 17 months and everything's cool. Okay? But you want uncured bacon with no antibiotics on average. Now, when it comes to the pig bacon or pork bacon, they usually don't add antibiotics, but because this is a bird, and turkey and poultry, they usually add antibiotics. Make sure it says no antibiotics. But when it comes to regular bacon, you just want uncured bacon. Okay? And the reason why I typed in protein-based bacon on top too is because some bacons, depending on the quality of the bacon, is going to be fat-based or protein-based. So this is the bacon that I usually pick up. You notice how it says 5 grams of fat, right? But it also says 6 grams of protein. So if LaShonda was picking up this bacon, I would say you can make as many strips as you want because it's protein-based and it's better quality, right? And
Applewood?
Yeah, this is the Applewood. It's like smoked Applewood bacon.
Oh, it's at Target. Okay.
Yeah, they got this at Target. Usually they got this at Kroger too, by the way. All right.
Well, Is it turkey bacon?
Well, this is regular pork bacon.
Ooh, ooh.
Okay, so if that's what you like, you can have that. And I love these because the serving size, if I'm not mistaken, is 2 slices. Yeah. So if I have 2 slices of bacon, that's only 70 calories, right? So it makes me feel like I'm getting more than what I really am. I'm eating more quantity, more volume for less calories. So that's why people is telling you, turkey bacon is better than regular bacon, not because it's any healthier, but because you can eat more for less calories. Okay? So just make sure it's these type of bacons, it's uncured, and just type in protein based. So when you're looking at the label, make sure on average your bacon has more protein in it on average than fat, because the average bacon that you pick up, if you pay attention, is always going to have more fat, like you see right here, than protein. 4 grams of fat, 3 grams of protein is not that deep, but for this one, every single slice of bacon is 40 or 50 calories, opposed to me getting 2 slices of bacon for 60 calories. You see what I'm saying? And this one got more fat in it, and as you can see, that's why it's $1 cheaper, less quality. So if it got a little bit more fat in it, we can charge less. That's why fillets cost more than a ribeye.
Okay,
All right.
well, I'm gonna have to go get it tonight because I work out of town, so I'm gonna have to go tonight and pick up everything.
Okay, and that's fine.
I work from 9:30 till 6 p.m. So
Okay.
yeah.
So that's why you have that window, because how long does it take for you to get home on average?
Oh, I get home 7:45 because that's when the babysitter leaves.
Okay.
I have to be home at 7:45.
All right. So now let's talk about when you do get home, and I'm using you as like a case study, as you can see. So don't worry about the time, right? But once you get home, tell me your natural routine and every single main timestamp that you do on an average day before you actually hit the bed. And what time on average do you hit the bed?
Lately, I've been laying down sooner. I lay down about 11.
Okay, that's good.
I shut
That's better.
everything down by 10.
Okay.
So since I started coming to this, so my habits are a little bit better. I've been shutting down everything at 10, like the whole house at 10, shutting my son down. I did get the valerian root. That helps.
Good.
But usually I'm dealing with him, and I usually have enough time. I get home about 7:45. I deal with him until about 8:30, and then I got to rush and try to eat before 9.
Yeah.
And then I have maybe a half hour, maybe an hour to myself with him running in and out before I start getting everybody ready for bed, all of us ready for bed.
Mhm.
So, and at that point, I usually still don't go to sleep till between 12 and 1 though.
Okay, because that's your personal time, right? So
Right.
what time on the average day do you wake up, and what time do you have to be at work?
I usually get up about 5:15, 5:30. And I work a half hour away from my home. So the babysitter doesn't get there till 8:30. So I usually head out around 8:45, 8:30, 8:45. I get to work about 9:20, 9:30.
So if you wake up at 5:30, but you gotta be at work at 9, basically, right? But the babysitter comes in at 8:30. Is there any way you can wake up instead at 5:30 at 6:30
Yeah, I can.
if you wanted to?
I mean, I can try.
Okay,
Usually
so
my son is up and singing around 4 or 5.
he's up around that time. That's why.
Yeah, he needs like 3 minutes of sleep for some reason. So, yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah, he's always wired. Okay, so if that's the case, I want you to try tonight to set your alarm at 6 to 6:30, because even if you're not essentially asleep, I want you to be in a relaxed state. Okay, if he comes in and you just gotta start your day, cool. But if he doesn't come in, then take that time to try to take more hours of your sleep, opposed to your alarm going off at 5:30 when you don't really have to be up at 5:30. You know.
Right.
Now, have you tried to give him the supplements that I told you about?
No, because all that went to hell once we had the surgery. We had the teeth out and all that, everything.
Okay, yeah. So he's gonna be doing that. Okay, all right. And when you're asleep, because I noticed that you've been getting more hours of sleep, which is good. Is it because it's hard for you to stay asleep, or your sleep is always disturbed by something, which makes you wake up?
Both. If nothing wakes me up, I still pop up. Usually, I was getting about 2.5 hours, but since I started doing this last month, I got like 4.5 one
That's
night,
perfect.
and I was so jazzed.
Yeah.
I was so jazzed. I got 5 one time.
Okay.
I don't know what
That's
happened.
good. That's
That
good.
happened again, though. That's amazing. But usually I have a hard time going to sleep, and then I still pop up. And I think it's because I got some phantom hearing going on. I think I may have heard him making noise because he'll be up and walking outside, you know. So I have to lock down the house and set the
Yeah,
alarm
yeah,
and all
yeah, yeah.
that. But he gets up and down through the night. When I go back and watch the camera in his room, he's up and down most of the night. But I usually get him some water and get him something to leave it by his bed that'll make him sleep. You know, he'll get up, but then he'll go right back to sleep.
Okay.
You know. So,
All right.
and the valerian root is helping.
Helping you or helping him?
Helping me. I'm scared to give it to him because of all his medication.
Yeah. Well, valerian root is
out more than he wakes up.
it's 100% natural. The one I got you, or the one I sent you, was from Mary Ruth's. Okay, that one, that's not going to clash with any medication. By the way, okay, just let you know. So if you ever want to try it, it's cool. But I'm not trying to make you, drug your son or whatever. But I'm glad it's working on you. What other supplements are you taking around the time you're trying to go to sleep?
I go ahead and I take the. I've already had the CoQ10. I've already had the fiber. I've had the multivitamin already. So the only thing I take at night to go to bed is my regular medication.
Okay.
And that's usually potassium. Not potassium. I take that early in the day. Usually it's my iron pill and my magnesium.
Okay. Is it magnesium glycinate?
From the doctor. No, it's the other one. Potassium, magnesium, and magnesium something or another I get from the doctor.
Okay.
Magnesium oxide. That's what it is. I get magnesium oxide.
Okay. And your doctor's making you take this for what?
Oh, I'm low in magnesium, I'm low in iron, I'm low in potassium all the time.
Okay. Yeah. So here's the funny thing. Yeah, you're gonna be depleted from your magnesium and potassium when you're not getting a lot of sleep. Because stress is the main thing that causes you to deplete your magnesium. Okay? But the irony is, the magnesium that your doctor told you to get is not the magnesium that's going to help you be more in a relaxed state. And it's not the magnesium that your body's really looking for. That is like the worst type of magnesium oxide. The magnesium that you want is magnesium glycinate. This one. Okay? So magnesium...
That's the pure one?
Yeah, so Pure is the best brand. So ladies, if you was always looking for a better brand of anything that you was looking for, especially on Amazon, there was a report that came out that because a lot of people are just like, a lot of my queens are Amazon queens, y'all just ordering supplements and these are from third parties and they're fake supplements. So you want to make sure that you're not ordering from a third party. You want to make sure when you actually click on the supplement, visit the store. See if they actually got a viable website. Because you're going to realize, okay, it's actually coming from the source. Okay? So Pure Encapsulation is the best supplement brand. This is the ones that if you actually went to sometimes a naturopath, sometimes an actual endocrinologist, things like that, they would tell you if they wanted to get you something over the counter, they're going to tell you get this. Okay? Now, another one is Solgar. This is the best brand as well. Okay? And these are third party tested. You cannot go wrong with Solgar or Pure Encapsulations. Okay? The last brand I'm going to say you can get, which is going to help. And in your case, this is the one that I want you to think about picking up too. Other than the magnesium, it's going to be Mega Foods Methyl B12. I'm not sure if you already got that.
I got that raw code.
Okay, vitamin raw. Yes. Okay, you got okay, you did tell me that one time. Okay? You can keep...
I want to go back and get the vitamin too.
The vitamin code one is the one you need the most because that's the catch-all. Okay? But our bodies need B12. Period. Okay? Now, this is methyl B12. Yeah, and this is the one that... Now, the reason why I like this is because not only got methyl B12, it got methylfolate in it. And the methylfolate is the thing that gets everything started. So it's kind of like the
I
starter
am
to your
taking
car.
the I am taking the Sogar methylfolate.
Okay, so you good. So you cover that. Okay. So the only thing I would tell you to get then is Gab. Well, you can get this if you care to take a pill. You can get the GABA, this right here, and what this is gonna do, this is gonna actually shut off your brain. It's gonna put you
Okay.
more in a relaxed state. You're not gonna worry about nothing. Like things are just gonna fly off. You know, it's gonna roll off. Nothing's gonna really piss you off if you get this.
Okay, because right now one of my doctors has me on progesterone because I'm going through menopause.
Uh huh.
I'm in menopause for the hot flash. She told me to take that at night. She also, my other doctor, I started the valerian root. I was doing THC gummies, but I stopped doing that.
Yeah, you don't gotta do that.
Yeah, and I was taking CBD, but this is when I was 100 pounds heavier.
Mm.
So since I started this, like I said, I started this at 90 some pounds down. And I'm 101 now. Well, I'm up now from this weekend. But I was taking that, but I stopped that. So now I take the progesterone. I take a little bit of the valerian root. But my doctor, for some reason, keeps me on Xanax. And I really don't like the way that makes me feel. Like 2 milligrams of Xanax, I break it in fourths, and I might take a fourth of one about midnight, 1 o'clock. And I really don't like that at all, but that's the only way I can stay asleep. So.
And that's why I'm trying to give you natural remedies. Okay? Because that Xanax is okay, but that's supposed to be a case by case thing. That's not something you're supposed to be taking daily. That is crazy. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
And it's a two milligram. When that bad boy is long and slim, and I break it in little bitty pieces, and I just want to get away from it. Because even at a fourth of a piece, it still makes me feel weird and groggy.
Yeah, you know. Okay, so
I want to get away from that.
I definitely want you to consider getting that GABA supplement. I'm gonna show you one more time, but definitely try to get your hands on this right here, and you can just screenshot this. Okay, so this, and this is like an all-in-one, or if you're somebody that likes to just like do quality over quantity, then what I would tell you to do is get the GABA from here, pure encapsulations. Okay.
I might have that.
And that's what I'm saying. So if you do got it, I want you to start taking that and glycine. But get the powder version of this. So this is great right here. The NAC plus glycine. You got this right here? All right, we need to start using it.
Use it because I wasn't sure how to use it.
Okay, so what I want you to do is when you're ready to wind down, I don't care what time of day it is. I want you to take this maybe like an hour before you go into bed. So like you could put this in some water or whatever juice. You know, some women got night juice. Put this inside your water, drink it, then lay down. Kim, I see you smiling, son, and you know I'm not lying. So my mom did at least. So if you do this, not only is it gonna help you stay asleep, but the NAC stands for N-acetylcysteine. This is the main component of glutathione, which is your body's main antioxidant. So it's going to help you fight off inflammation as well while you're sleeping. Okay? So not only using the GABA from pure encapsulations to help you turn off your brain, but this is going to help you just stay asleep along with the valerian root. There's no way you're not going to get 6 to 7 hours of sleep sometime this week, LaShonda, if you try this. Guaranteed.
Wow.
Okay?
Okay, I know I got the NAC. I have that. I am going to have to get the other one, though, the magnesium glycinate.
Yeah, magnesium glycinate. Now, the one I use. Yeah. Now, you don't got to get the pure encapsulations one. Sometimes it's a little bit more expensive. But even like something like this one right here, I mean, essentially it's the same thing.
I have one of those, but it was like a blue and yellow tab, label on it.
Okay, I think you got the one that I got. I don't know what brand it is, but I know what you're talking about. Because I literally, this right here, Doctor's Best?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, this is the one I got.
You were talking about it when you were talking about the Sogar brand. It was a while ago, though.
Okay.
I have that one because it's kind of a yellow label around it.
Okay.
It's a yellow label.
Well, if it's magnesium glycinate, long story short, just make sure it does say magnesium glycinate and you should be fine. But that's the one that your body needs if you're... Yeah. But yeah.
Together?
Yeah, so you could take the NAC plus cysteine or the glycine, drink it with your valerian root, and then you could pop your magnesium. Call it a day.
Valerian root.
But you're going to sleep in the next hour or two
Magnesium.
without no
I
drugs.
hope so.
Okay.
I'm so sick of this doggone Xanax.
Yeah, nah, you don't want
I'm
to keep
sick
doing
of
that.
I'm sick of the THC gummies. I'm sick of all of that.
Yeah.
It makes me feel weird when I get up in the morning.
Yeah, yeah, and it makes you feel groggy, and you feel wired but still tired. You don't want to do that.
Exactly.
Okay, too much medications is clashing. That's what's happening. So, and it sounds like your liver's having a problem detoxifying it. That's why you still it's kind of groggy. So that's what I'm saying. Let's go more natural. Okay? Let me know how you feel with that. And LaShonda, let's I'm gonna shoot you a text. Make sure I got your number. Just do me a favor. Try to give me your number after this call. And we're gonna have a one-on-one call so I can see if it's working or not.
I can't leave you a message. How can I leave it on the on your app?
Good question.
Because I don't think it lets me. It won't let me type anything in and leave your question.
I'm gonna change your profile so you're gonna be able to leave your number. Okay, give me 5 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Cool. All right. Well, pleasure meeting you. Let's see what happens after we incorporate some of these things.
I'm sorry, y'all. Thank y'all.
All right.
Thank you.
Paula, how you doing?
I'm good. Can you go back and say what that other supplement was for sleep?
Yeah. Are you referring to NAC glycine or what? Are you having the issue staying asleep or falling asleep?
I sent you the information, but it's both.
Okay. All right. And so, but here's the thing, Paula. I think I already sent you some things. That's why I asked. Like, I don't know which ones you already got, so you're not buying things twice.
Okay. I don't have the one that you said. I'm going to get it tomorrow.
All the stuff. Okay. All right. So I believe I remember sending you this. Okay. Mm-hmm. So get this. But the thing that's gonna help you stay asleep when you do go to sleep depends on how your pockets is looking. I'll be honest with you. So if you're on a balling on a budget, what I would say is definitely get this, the NAC glycine. Mm-hmm. Okay. This is the one I just showed her. Okay. This is a powder form, and this is going to help you deal with inflammation as well. So, ladies, if you deal with a whole lot of water retention, joints hurting and things like that, this is what you want. If you wake up with brain fog, some women literally wakes up with brain fog. This is what you need. Okay? Now, another thing, which I told LaShonda to get because she was not getting no sleep at all at one point in time, is valerian root. Valerian root is a natural herb that's going to keep you asleep. Okay? So if you incorporate this, and of course we do more natural products, so organic Mary Ruth's, organic valerian root, and that's why I told her that this is not going to clash with any type of medications specifically. Not going to say all, but this one. Okay?
I have another question about B1 because I have a B1 deficiency because of POTS. Which one would be good for B1?
Yeah, so B1, that's diamine. You don't eat a lot of pork either, right?
No.
There you go. Because we get majority of our vitamin B1 from pork. Okay? So what I would tell you to get is get the Solgar diamine.
Solgar diamine. Okay.
Okay? But usually, if you're taking your daily multivitamin, Paula, this has enough diamine. But yes, because you're dealing with POTS, you might want to just give your body a little bit more. So just get the 500 milligrams one. Oh, you can't even see my screen, can you? Let me try it again, y'all. Okay, let me try it again. But yeah. Try this right here. Boom.
Okay.
Okay. And also, you definitely want the thing that was showing LaShonda too, the mega food, because you're dealing with POTS. You definitely want this too. Okay, so make sure that's mandatory. You picking up this right here, the methyl B12 and the methylfolate.
Okay, can you please? It's going so fast, I can't really see real fast. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I got it.
That one. All right. So, ladies, I like to show y'all so y'all can screenshot it and then you can do your own research, or you can ask me about it after the thing. So yeah, just screenshot for now if you trying to find it. All right. All right. Is there anything else, Paula?
Um, no, not right now. Can you use a supplement for craving? I'm serious.
A supplement for craving.
Yes, I said, I'm being honest, like when y'all was talking about the, messing up with the Skittles and stuff, I kind of messed up today. I didn't mess up on bad food, I just messed up on the carbs, the low carb stuff today. And it's because I'm craving around that time of month. It's before and it's in the time, during that time, that my cravings are crazy.
Okay.
So I want to be able to, overcome,
Yeah.
do better. And I mess up all the time around this time. Like, it's like I choose healthy food and then I'll mess up around always right here. So
Okay.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Or how to overcome it, or yeah.
Well, I got you with that. And that's the beauty of working with a nutritionist, 'cause I can tell you straight up. So let me ask you two things. A lot of women can relate to this anyway, so that's why I'm ask you. Are you the type that you crave something sweet after after a meal, every single time? Or are you the type where after a long day, you just want to wind down, and your version of winding down is maybe a vice, which is now I want something sweet, or now I want some ice cream, or now I want a glass of wine, or now I want something like that?
It's most of the time it's after I eat something.
After you eat something, right? So, ladies, if you're noticing you're craving anything sweet after eating, that is two things. A, you probably didn't give your body more protein than you think. Okay? Which is fine. But that's why I said that, Paula. I'm leaving it open, so I don't want you to start overthinking it. All right?
Okay.
But two, your body wants more serotonin, which it gets from tryptophan, which comes from protein. So what I would tell you to do is, in this case, there's a supplement for that, by the way, too. So if you're craving something or craving something sweet every single time after eating a meal, and it's common for a lot of women, especially when your cycle is coming around, what you want to take is something called 5-HTP, and that is basically the nerdy version of tryptophan. Ironically, LaShonda, you see the same brand, right? You say you do got some 5-HTP, Paula?
Yeah, I took 5-HTP with magnesium glycinate, and that's when my heart rate was crazy.
That's why. Don't take it with magnesium. Isolate it.
Okay, you gotta tell me how to take this.
Okay, so
I don't know what I'm doing.
No, that's fine, and that's why I'm letting you know now. So you want to take 5-HTP by itself. This is well. Go ahead.
Quick question: so that's basically a brain drug too, like a brain supplement. So when you take that, right? Is there any side effects with that? Because when I was taking it, I don't remember. I can't remember, but I do know my heart rate was kind of wonky. Okay, I don't remember actually. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and that's why what I want you to do this time, Paula, is in order for you to really identify if something's going to make your heart rate race, is if you're taking something that is like a combination. So it's 5-HTP, but I also got some niacin in it, and I also got some B12 in it, and I also got that. That's why what I like to do, if you're asking for something specific, like LaShonda says, hey, not only I'm able to kind of go to sleep, right? It's about me staying asleep. So I said, okay, get the valerian root. But if she said, hey, Trey, I have a problem with going to sleep because I can't turn my brain off, that means it's GABA. But these are neurotransmitters that your body naturally makes when you're in a less inflammatory state. So this 5-HTP, as you can see, how many ingredients do you see?
I can't see it.
Okay, well, if you can't see, it's one. That's what y'all want. Okay? Because that means it's specific for your current problem. But when you're taking something like, let's say, Trey, Paula, you said, okay, Trey, I want to take some 5-HTP. What a doctor or a naturopath or somebody like that, they will probably recommend you something like this. The one that just showed y'all this. But now, the funny thing is, ashwagandha, Paula, for some people like me, exactly. That's the one that makes you feel wonky for some. That's the one that makes your heart rate race. This is the one that makes you feel more anxious. Because it's a combination of things. Do you see what I'm saying? So if you are somebody where you know after every single time you see 5-HTP, supports mood and well-being. I don't know if it just went away. But that itself, and L-tryptophan, which is 5-HTP basically, aids in maintaining a positive mood and supporting relaxation. That's it. That's all I want. This is going to make your sweet cravings go away because that's what your body's really looking for. It's looking for like a dopamine spike.
All right.
Okay? But when you start combining 5-HTP with an adaptogen, like ashwagandha, that's when some people start having issues.
What about L-theanine? Can you do it with L-theanine too?
L-theanine essentially just calms you out. So it kind of gives your body the same benefit as GABA. Just a little bit cheaper. So if you do got L-theanine, you can kind of do that. But just know it's not going to give you the same benefit as 5-HTP. Because this is something your body naturally makes if it's receiving enough inputs or you're giving your body enough things. Okay? Tryptophan in the body turns into serotonin. And then serotonin in the body gets converted into melatonin if you're giving your body enough magnesium and B6. That's why I told LaShonda she needs magnesium too. Do you see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So they all play together, but you can't do one without the other.
Gotcha.
Okay, so try to get 5-HTP, period. So you can isolate it, and if you feel it's having an adverse effect, now you can identify which one it is versus you taking a cluster thing. Excuse my French. All right. But hopefully that answered your question.
It did, thank you.
Okay. Do you have another question? Or are you chilling?
I'm chilling.
All right. We're going to talk soon anyways, too. Do you have, when's the next time we have a conversation? Or what time you schedule a call for?
I'll schedule another one.
Let's talk tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, boss? All right, thank you. And you know what? How has your sleep been recently? And then, Bridget, you next.
So I have a Garmin. So today was 3 hours non-restorative. And I turned everything off. I turned, but, also I told you with the narcolepsy, it's still, you don't sleep at night.
Yeah.
You have fragmented sleep, and then in the daytime you're tired. And I've done everything. I turned everything off.
What is everything off? Is it your phone still on?
Phone, projector, everything is off.
Paula, you hard-headed.
I promise
You are hard-headed.
What if I'm hard-headed?
Did I tell you to turn? Did I say watch your phone or turn everything off and you in there like a vampire?
You said everything cut off at 10:30, right?
LaShonda, what did I say?
I don't know.
Well, you said to start shutting everything down, to watch everything on your phone, but don't touch it.
Thank you.
Turn everything, but cool it, keep the house cool. If you can't get it cool, then put a fan on you. But keep it dark and don't touch your phone.
But watch your phone.
Set it on warm. Well, watch it, but and set it on warm. The temperature of it on warm.
Okay, so look. Here's the thing, Paula. A lot of people cannot fall asleep at night in a dark room because when you're in a dark room, your mind starts racing. Now your mind is the entertainment. Now you're thinking of, oh man, you know what? I got to wake up at 6:42 to go ahead and take my chickens out. And oh, you know what? Yeah, I forgot to do that paper earlier today. You start overthinking. So if you're somebody who naturally is not able to just hop into bed and fall asleep, that's because you never taught your body how to fall asleep. That is a skill. Like being happy is a skill. So I'm trying to teach your body how to fall asleep. But no, for that to happen, the less stimulus your body is receiving, the better. But you also got to be in a predicament where your brain is not thinking. If I'm watching something, did you watch Sinners yet, Paula? Okay, what's the last movie you watched?
I haven't watched any movies in a while.
Okay. When you're watching the show, are you thinking about what I gotta do later today?
much, no.
I'm glad that you at least said that. Not much. Because you can't. You're getting two different senses happening at the same time. Your body cannot really double task like people think. So if I'm hearing something and seeing something, I can't think. But if I'm in a dark room, oh, my mind can go crazy now. So you need to have a stimulus.
But that's the thing. I told you
About the word. Go ahead.
I'm not fighting. I have a traumatic brain. I suffer from
Yes, I know.
traumatic brain
I know.
injury.
I know.
So when at night I have to turn stuff off because my brain hurts.
Okay.
So when even with on the phone, when I turn it off, it's like finally for me like because my brain is working overtime doing everything. So when sometimes yes I do have to have that on, and then other times I have to turn it off because like either like it's vice versa. So that's what I'm saying. I'm with you. I'll follow it. But then the other night I had to turn off because my head was like, I can't.
Okay.
And so I did try to still go to sleep. My body was relaxed, but yeah, my brain was on. Or then my brain is on and my body's relaxed. And so I can't, and I'm not being I'm not trying.
I know. You know, I'm 2 seconds away from telling Paulo, you know what I want you to do? I want you to put on an Indian podcast.
An Indian podcast?
At 10:30 at night, and you just gonna listen to that, and you don't understand not one lick of word they're talking about, and that's gonna make you go to sleep too.
I probably will figure it out for me.
But yeah, we just gotta give your body a stimulus.
Like, okay.
Oh yeah, but like even if you had a fan, some people can sleep with a fan because you hear the fan circulating.
Air on all day long. As my house is over 68 degrees. It's cold in here. I can't. I'm too hot.
Oh no, okay, all right. So let's try to tonight. Let's try to project it then. Why not? I'm allow you to try it tonight, but I need you to be in bed and everything shut off by 10. But you can watch your projector. Okay.
In the bed. I'll be in the bed.
Let's do that. Deal?
All right.
And it better not be something that you care for. It better be like 101 Dalmatians or something.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So you can go to sleep. Good sleep after that. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool. Okay. And we'll talk tomorrow. All right.
Okay.
Miss Pollard, how you doing? Hi, Lashonda.
Hey, we'll have our conversation because I'm still gaining weight. But my question is, what you said about the ribeye steak is not that good, and should you buy a New York strip at home? Like, what would be the best?
Oh no. So the ribeye steak is cool. Don't get it twisted. And ribeye steak is a little bit better for people or women who tend to undereat. But if you're somebody where you know you're good for 2 meals in a day and maybe a possible snack, then you want to have more of a strip or more of a fillet because Lashonda, she's good for 2 meals a day. Now, if you were somebody who's like, hey, Trey, I only eat 1 time a day. Like, I see 2 women on this call where if I make them eat 1 ribeye, they're not thinking about eating for the rest of the day. That'll be more conducive. Okay?
Okay.
So now let me ask you this, Bridget. Did the scale go up this morning or no?
It did go up.
Tell me what you ate yesterday.
So I went to Chipotle and I got the beef. I got the double beef too. And I got on it the peppers and onion. And then I put the lettuce, cheese, sour cream. I got the pinko stuff. And then I had the green salsa.
Okay. Pretty good. And then what?
Yeah, and then today, like, I did the same thing, but I got the tofu. And I did double tofu.
Okay. When you say beef, you're talking about the steak or you talking about the like barbacoa or what?
I think it was the steak, the shredded steak.
Okay, so the shredded steak that you're referring to, that's barbacoa. That's lamb. Which is fine.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Looks like beef.
Did you ask for the sour cream on the side or no?
No.
I know. But it's cool. Now, after that meal, what time did you have that meal, Bridget? And what time did you get in bed, Bridget? And what time did you go to sleep?
Okay. so I had that meal at like 1:45.
Okay.
And I only had like some fruit after because I did my workout. And then you told me no TV after 10:30. So I turned off the TV and I laid in bed until I fell asleep.
And what time was that? What, if you give or take, what time did you really think you fell asleep?
It might have probably hit 11, but probably not.
Okay, that's cool. And you wasn't on your phone?
No.
Okay, so tonight I want you to watch TV or Netflix or Hulu or something on your phone. Okay, just no scrolling. Miss TikTok and Instagram. Okay? Alright. Now, two, I don't blame you, by the way, Bridget. First off, Chipotle, I like Chipotle for some of my clients, but Chipotle is a little bit higher in sodium too. So what I like to do to cut in that is I never get double steak or double beef because their beef be salty as hell. I'll be honest with you. So always get, if you have to get it, I usually get double chicken from Chipotle when I have to see the scale drop. Because I also realize when I get the beef, the lamb barbacoa with the chicken, I never see the scale drop as much. That's a personal thing. So just keep in mind that Chipotle is very, very salty. You might be retaining water. Just keep that in the back of your head. Okay? But the reason why I made you get Chipotle yesterday is so you can feel how you're supposed to feel after your first meal. Does that make sense? So like, because you got tofu today, I can kind of almost guarantee you that you will see the scale drop tonight. It's a matter of how much. Okay?
Okay.
And what type of fruit? You notice how you didn't be specific with your fruit. Don't be slick. What fruit?
Yesterday I had the pineapple and strawberry, but today I had pineapple and blueberries.
How much pineapples?
I took a picture of it, but I kind of ate half of it before I took the picture, so I get a little small cup.
All right, ladies. All right, that's what I'm trying to say. I know how good pineapples are, y'all, but just know, if you're having pineapples in your house and you don't got a food scale, you got to keep it cute. That's why when I get the pineapples, I get pineapple rings. Because after one ring, I'm like, all right, Trey, if you get another ring, you already know what you're doing. So make it easy for yourself, okay? But try to get the pineapple rings. But I'm gonna let you know, Bridget, pineapples is very, very high in sugar. It's healthy for you. It's just very high in sugar. So you gotta be a lot more mindful with that pineapple than the berries. Just keep that in the back of your head. All right? Because every single time I have pineapples inside my refrigerator, every single time refrigerator, I gotta fight myself not getting a ring of pineapple. So just be mindful of that. More blueberries, less pineapples. More strawberries, less pineapples. All right?
Okay.
All right. Tati, what's up? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Trey?
I'm good.
Question.
Yeah.
What's the best time to take the HTP? That's what you said. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah, 5-HTP.
Yeah.
With this tryptophan, the best time for you to take it is whenever somebody's pissing you off.
What?
I promise you. If you take that, you're going to realize, let's say your son was pissing you off. Like, I swear to God. And you take that 5-HTP. In 30 minutes, you're going to forget why he was pissing you off. That's how effective it is.
Man, people get on my last nerves, so I need to take it all the time.
Well, look, I ain't trying to make y'all 5-HTP crackheads, but it does work. Okay? So, yeah.
Like you said, I think it's my iron, because I don't like humans.
And your iron, too.
Yeah, because I don't like people. I can't.
Okay? So, ladies, if you are low in iron, your body literally is incapable of producing dopamine. So that's why the women who cut out meat, on average, they don't like people. There's a correlation. So make sure you're getting enough vitamin D and iron. And here's the thing, ladies. You don't got to just get iron from red meat. You know? You get iron in peas. You get iron in beans. You get iron in spinach and leafy greens. But we don't happen to eat a lot of leafy greens anymore. So make sure you're eating a lot more leafy greens or some lentils or some beans if you're low in iron. Okay? But I'm going to make a post on that on plant-based foods you can get more iron in tomorrow in the WhatsApp.